friends on MySpace. MySpace. Now listen to the first 5 seconds of this song.
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
Delete MySpace. That's the new movement from 10 years ago. So you have how many? What was that? That was just
I have 100 friends on MySpace.
You have 100 friends on MySpace?
100. And I deleted Tom, so
No.
it's not like I'm 99.
Yeah. No, I think what you're supposed to say is I still have 100 friends on MySpace.
No, I just reached 100.
That's what's impressive is that you know 100 people still on MySpace. That's,
Yeah.
that's like everyone on MySpace.
I'm super impressive.
Yeah, that's not a new thing. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but speaking of new things, I've been playing Fortnite. This is a brand new video game. Like all the kids are doing it, and I won. My first night, I won. Granted, I won while I was on a squad with two 15-year-olds who just carried my ass the entire time. So I don't know if I can really count it as winning, but I'm really quite proud. So I'm going to take that pride with me and maybe replace it with two ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions they have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture. As impossible as that may seem. So, listeners, now that you know why you're here, I'm Keith, and my co-host is Victor. Victor, say hello.
What's going on?
More importantly, straight from a penguin-shaped cocktail shaker, we have the Gin Rickies.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. We have both of you. We have Stefan.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, and we have Ariana.
Well, hello there.
Is that right? Did I say it
That
right
is
then?
correct.
Ariana.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm gonna get it wrong many, many times. So we're gonna lavish ourselves. We're just gonna soak in this moment where I got it right. That's the
A
key.
moment like this.
You're touching your phone. Are we recording this or something?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid that we're going to be on Twitch or something.
It's okay. That would be silly if we recorded
yeah.
Anything Tinder.
Yeah,
That's
Twitch
where you'll
is a streaming platform where you can stream out when you're on meth. I think that's how it works.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm a little behind on the times, but I think that's what it is.
That's great.
It could be worse.
Yeah, no, it could be. So, speaking of meth, there was a march down in D.C. That had nothing to do with meth.
Is that like a March Madness joke?
I think so. No, did you hear about this? We had a march for our lives. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Great planning on their parts, because that wouldn't have been nearly as cool in April. April for our lives just doesn't have the same kind of ring to it, right?
None.
Right.
Thank God. I mean, I don't know how they planned all the shootings just before this to line it up, but that was brilliant on their part. I would have probably not shot kids to make this happen, though, if it was me. I would have just done it in April instead. If I
Shot
had
the kids
to.
in April?
No, I would have left them alone and then just taken whatever the open slot was, like June or whatever.
Okay.
March, June. Yeah.
The open
Yeah.
slot for children killing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, everyone was down there because obviously people are still getting shot in schools, and schools are mainly made up of children, which is two horrifying facts. So we would like that to stop. I think we all agree on that. I hope. Are there any Republicans that are like, I don't know?
Most of them, yeah.
I don't know. They're saying a lot of things now that really resonate with me. Like, so far you guys value your guns more than you value your children's lives. And I'm like, that's pretty harsh, but kind of true.
Yeah. I think, so the thing I'm wondering is now we know that there's a lot of people on more the right side, but not all necessarily right, but like gun owners, gun rights advocates, right, who say we shouldn't be banning guns. Is there literally anyone who's like, I mean, they probably had it coming. Like, there's no one on that side, right? There's no one who's like, have you heard them? They will not shut up. I mean, they're
just such easy targets.
Right. They're still soft. That's the thing. It's not the guns' fault. It's not look, you're going to blame guns, but why don't those kids try and just toughen up a little? Right?
Right.
If they were
cage it up.
bulletproof.
Come on.
Yeah. So we don't have any of those, thank God, right? Because there's always a chance that there could be people that are just like, You know, just like mom, boom. Oh, that's so much better.
That's how we used to do it. I mean, I don't know what happened.
Right. That was the 50s.
Mommy, brother, mom.
So thank God we don't have those people, because that would be a weird conversation where we're like, instead of like, hey, maybe we should be more thoughtful about guns, and people being like, no, we shouldn't be thoughtful about guns. It'd be like, maybe we should be more thoughtful about guns. Bang, 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 bang. You know, like, no, stop doing that. God
Well, I have to
damn
say,
it.
I am glad that there are, you know, some people that are finally fed the hell up, like of that age group. They're like, stop fucking killing us, and they're finally speaking out, because they up until now we're like, you're kids, you don't know better. It sucks for you and everything, but whatever.
So I've got a few solutions to this. A couple of weeks ago, I guess it was maybe even a month ago, some of this shit went down, and I offered up a few suggestions. Nobody took me up on them, which is why we're here, right? More shootings happened. As you may remember, Victor, do you remember what I suggested?
I remember exactly what you suggested.
What was it?
Guns that are so wildly inaccurate that you can't hit anything with them.
We don't ban guns. We just ban all barrels that are straight. Right?
That works.
Right, because you got to practice really hard to try and hit somebody with one of those, right? So that, nobody took me up on that, which I thought was a really good idea, for the record.
I mean, I thought it was a solid.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of others, all right? What we do a little bit of an advertising campaign, right? And we just point out that a better place to shoot people instead of schools might be golf courses. And then I feel like the Republicans might come over onto our side a little bit more if while they're in the back screen, they're having to duck, right? Like if you
might have just started
combine
something.
Right, what we do is we just combine the two sports. We just do skeet shooting and golf at the same time. It makes golf a lot harder, right? Because you have to try and get your ball through that gauntlet, right?
Shit.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think that's step one, because when you're the person who's being shot at, it's a little easier to be like, I would like to not be shot at. Maybe we should do something. Second, and I really feel strongly about this one, I think this has a real shot. We don't ban guns. Okay, what we do is we just make a new provision where all guns have to look like big pink penises, right? So that if you're bringing it into school or whatever, you're carrying a giant pink cock, and then people are like, whoa, right? And
try hiding that in a thing of flowers, right?
It's hard to be masculine and be like, I'm gonna fuck shit up with this giant penis, like, because it's pink, and that's gonna teach them. No, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna stay home because this is embarrassing. Can I get a
gay
sexy black one? No, just giant, just pink, giant pink. No, I'm
down with that idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it's not as intimidating at that point. And then people who are gun collectors are like, I don't want that one so much.
You might have a higher rate of female suicide.
That's the only kind we have, sir.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Right. Nope, it's internal bleeding again. I don't understand it.
I don't get why everybody's so mad. It's a proven fact. Guns don't kill people. Death kills people.
That's true. It's not guns that kill people.
You can't die from a
holes in your body
you can die from organ failure, blood loss, or severe hemorrhaging. A small piece of metal is not the problem.
None.
Yeah.
Duh.
That is true. It is not the bullet flying at you at supersonic speeds. It's the fact that you're squishy. That's the problem.
The soft tissue.
Maybe you should be less squishy.
Yeah. All right. So anyhow, that's something for us to at least consider. Maybe spread that around. I like the idea. And ladies, just in case you're getting any ideas, always pull the clip out first. You want to make sure that chamber is empty.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. Just something to keep in mind, folks. This is gun safety. I'm just talking about gun safety right now. I don't know where your mind's at, but
oh wow.
All right, so in studio we have the Gin Rickies. A little bit about them.
Nice transition there.
Yeah. So speaking of chambers that are empty, the Gin Rickies.
What?
are playing Saturday, April 7th
Shot through the heart.
at Kushwa Brewing Company, which sounds, doesn't that sound really, that's really
Douchey.
classy, right?
I mean,
What'd you say?
what?
Bougie.
No, I said your hair looks nice.
I know.
You're very bougie. That's what they're saying. Kushwa.
Oh, well,
Welcome to Kushwa. We'll be doing some very light music while you eat your toast with caviar on it at Kushwa Brewing.
actually, it's avocado toast.
Avocado
so don't
toast.
get it twisted.
Your avocado toast.
Get your shit together, Keith.
All right, so you guys will be at Kushwa Brewing Company. That's in Williamsport, Maryland. That's on Saturday, September 7th. Or September 7th. Saturday, April 7th. It's not that far in the future. Ignore me. Later in the show, you're going to be sharing a song with us called The Town That Swings. That's from your live EP of the same name,
Yes,
right?
sir. We released it in January, I believe.
Very
yes.
cool. And if you cannot wait to hear the snippet of that, you can fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show and listen to the song in its entirety and just jam along. Then come back and join us because shit's about to get real.
Uh-oh.
And you can also go to www.theginrickies.com to go check out more about their big tour. You're doing a big tour coming up, right?
Yes, starting April 11th, we'll be headed south. And actually, that first show is going to be at the MGM in National Harbor.
Great. That's nearby.
Yes, at Felt Lounge. So check us
Felt.
out.
So something that happens after the date.
Yes.
You've been felt.
I mean, I normally do it towards the middle, but that's just me.
Well, it's past
Separate.
tense.
Well, your personal preference
You
is
feel
really
in the middle.
what's what we're
You're
talking
felt.
about here.
So that's very cool. All right, excellent. So without further ado, let's get into the weather report. So the weather report is very simple. We're going to give you a brand new job that you've never had before, I assume. You're going to be
me.
editor-in-chief or chief
Hitting some nerves there.
Editor-in-chief of a brand new publication, right? We're launching this thing. We, your humble reporters, are going to pitch you some content that you may want in your publication. You're going to decide whether or not it's news and if it makes it into the publication. Now, keep in mind, at the end of this, we're going to need a name for this publication so that people can pretend to go to newsstands that probably don't exist and buy it themselves.
Very important.
Yes. So, without further ado, the man of the hour. How about you take it, Victor? What do you got for us?
All right, let me pull it up here.
You always do that. You know it's coming.
I
You know how the
but
show works.
doing
Just have
online
it up.
taxes. All right, leave me alone.
What else are you doing over there?
Drinking.
Yeah,
I have to.
I have to hide it, take it out from behind my beer.
Serial toilet clogger on the loose in Wisconsin, authorities say.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
I
I feel like that doesn't even need any backup. But
That's it. You're just going full bore with just the headline.
Yup. No,
Wow.
okay. Wisconsin police pop-ups.
Pop-ups. Oh
Wisconsin
my God,
Police
you're the
Department-
least professional person ever.
Made a bit of an unusual request to the public on Tuesday after a women's public bathroom has been repeatedly clogged over the past year and a half, authorities said. The Facebook post from the Sheboygan Police Department. I really just wanted to say Sheboygan.
Shitborgan.
Shitborgan, conjunction with the Public Works, started with the simplest request. Please do not place trash or other rubbish in the public toilet.
Or babies.
Apparently, it has been clogged several hundred times.
100 times.
Public clogger.
Wow.
That guy should check out his diet.
That guy, it's a lady. It's the ladies' room.
There's no way. That is a dude going into the ladies' room and
Right.
pooping in it.
You obviously
I'm
have
wondering-
never known a lady then.
No, because I know ladies and they miss the toilet all entirely.
Oh my
They
God.
just poop in a corner.
Yep.
Have you gone into a ladies' room?
What kind of ladies do you
disgusting.
know?
I just know that there's
I don't
blood
think
on
that's
the
true, or else
walls,
they wouldn't be clogging
and there's
the toilet.
candles burning, and it's just crazy.
Sounds like a satanic ritual.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
might be.
When ladies poop, it's a satanic ritual.
Yes, I can confirm this.
Keith, I don't think that's true because if they pooped in the corner, then the toilets wouldn't get clogged.
That's true. That was a dude going in and clogging the toilets.
Yep.
He was
you're
trying.
right.
He was saving
You're
them
right.
from Satan. All right, so that is disturbing. Definitely, is it news?
But
Yes.
it made the police
Absolutely.
department. All right.
Yeah.
Score one for
Definitely.
Victor.
All right, you got one down.
Serial shitter.
I would read that story.
Serial
happily.
clogger. Serial shitter's one thing. Serial clogger is way worse.
So we don't know if it was shit necessarily,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They said it's a combination of shit and trash. So there's like rubbish. They found a bottle in there. Like
they're eating rubbish.
Like
That's what that means.
Or a 12-ounce bottle.
Oh
rubbish.
my God.
What did that guy eat is what I want. Well, a bottle, I guess.
12-ounce bottle. Or, I'm just saying.
Was that a snort?
That was.
Shut up.
The bottle might have been keeping it in. I'm just saying.
Oh.
There's another option. All right, moving on. I don't even need to add commentary to this story. I'm gonna paint you a picture with quotes. Okay? Let's start with 22-year-old scuba diver Sean Madison, who was hospitalized earlier this week in Hawaii. This is a quote from Sean. It was just a joke at first. You know it's good when it starts off with, it was just a joke at first. My friend was filming, and so I wanted to impress him. So I put my dick in the clam, and and then it just wouldn't let go.
Oh, big surprise.
He told reporters, quote, "It didn't hurt or anything. It felt warm and cozy inside the clam, but I was afraid my oxygen reserves were getting low," he admitted.
Just take the clam with you, dumbass.
It's a giant clam.
It's a giant clam? Oh,
yes.
my God.
Now, a quick quote from Dr. Andrew Smith from Kaeo Hospital in Hawaii. Madison's body reaction to the digestive enzymes in the giant mollusk Madison's body's reactions were to the digestive enzymes of the giant mollusk, which was probably trying to digest the man's genitals at the time of the incident.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It gets worse. He
or
also
does
went
it
to
get
say,
better?
Yeah. He went to say, allergies to seafood are fairly common and usually occur after ingestion of fish or fish or shellfish, but not after sexual intercourse with shellfish, he told local reporters. That's right! Clam fucker Sean was transported to Kaeo Hospital after suffering from severe breathing complications, vomiting, extreme swelling, and low blood pressure. Most of these issues stem from the fact that he's fucking allergic to seafood.
What? Literally fucking allergic.
He put his dick in something he's allergic to, beyond the fact that he was like, I'm putting a dick in a giant clam. Like, there were two levels of where his brain should have said, hold on, how about instead I go get a taco? Like, that didn't cross his mind. Instead, he was like, hold my beer underwater, watch this.
Right.
Wait, is this real shit that happens?
This is on the internet. This occurred. This actually exists. All these things happened. You get to decide. In this case, does it make it in the publication? Is it news?
Clam fucker?
This is
Yeah.
my favorite magazine or public. Yes.
I know.
would read
It's the only one I like.
We're very good reporters.
If only I knew how to read.
All right. I'm very. May I suggest
Plenty of
this?
pictures will be involved.
You might
Oh,
want.
cool.
I'm suggesting you put this near the personals. I'm just saying. Right. All right. What do you got, Victor?
Oh my God. Have you guys heard of the flat earther movement?
Oh,
Yes.
yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, they believe the world is it's shaped like a frisbee.
Yeah.
And the polar ice caps, quote, quote, ice caps are just
Yeah.
a big ring of ice that keeps the ocean from falling off the edge of the world.
Yeah. Yep.
Many celebrities have fallen prey to this. I think everybody just got together in a back closet and was like, how can we really fuck with
Yeah.
people?
Watch this.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
But so this guy, man injured immediately after launching himself 1,875 feet into the air to prove the earth is flat.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
Yeah.
Sounds like he proved he's flat.
Said, do I believe the earth is shaped like a frisbee? No, I am. No.
Yeah.
I believe it is. Do I know for sure? No. That's why I want to go up in space.
Yeah.
He said, am I glad I did it? I guess so. I'll feel it in the morning. But he did it all because, quote, I
For the
do not
nookie.
believe in science. So he built a steam-powered rocket,
Yeah.
launched to about 2,000 feet in the air,
Yeah.
and then went straight down.
So let me understand. He had a hypothesis that the world was flat. And so he created an experiment to be able to prove if it was flat and does not believe in science.
Right. Created an experiment.
Good.
Ran it. made observations.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't know what science is.
He really doesn't. He doesn't believe in science.
He's just
I read an article.
Look that up.
Right. I read an article a while back. It was like an explanation for all the things, all the proof that we have that the Earth is round.
Yeah.
Like pictures that NASA has fabricated because nobody's seen them take those pictures of a round Earth.
Nope.
And when you're flying in a plane, and you look out and you can see the curvature of the horizon.
Right.
You idiot, your window is curved.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this guy's just a whole new level of dumb.
I'm actually really impressed by this guy.
He's the dumbest smart person ever.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The thing that pisses me most off about people who are flat earthers isn't that they believe that the earth is flat. It's that they're not going and finding out, right? Like, they're like, the edge of the earth is right over those polar ice caps. Fucking go there. Why would you? Like, I will go and see a waterfall, right? Like, I'm like, hey, we should take a weekend and go check out a waterfall. If you were like, hey, if you go over there, you can see the edge of the entire fucking earth. I'd be like, done.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to look off the edge into space.
Right. Like, why wouldn't you? You are so lazy if you're like, you don't even have to do that. You just get a big balloon and a fucking camera and like a GPS unit and you send it up there and then see what comes back down. Guess what? It's a big round thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no, Keith, global positioning systems are based on a round Earth, therefore they are a lie.
No, the GPS would be a lie, but the video would show the curvature of the Earth.
But I'm thinking, this guy decided to dedicate all the time to build a rocket and launch into space.
Right.
Why not build a rocket towards the edge of the Earth so you can just fly over the edge instead of breaking, you need to what did they call that? The velocity you need to reach?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've had one
escape velocity.
I've had one thought that no one's been able to answer with this is why, to prove flat earthers are wrong, why is it that you can fly from Hawaii to Japan in like 8 hours, but it takes you like 17 to fly from Maryland to Europe? So that proves the destination as far as going around the world.
Right. They're going around the edge.
The disc is turning.
There's
and
a black
that creates
hole.
wind currents.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Ignorant people. So you're falling for the fake news that is science.
Yeah. But good for this guy for actually like being like, I'm going to make a rocket and like, I'll prove it to you, because I'm like, cool. At least you're not lazy like everybody else.
So
right?
did he live? He's obviously he's telling
there were
the story.
two
Yeah, that makes sense.
He lived.
Two parachutes.
So I want to know, like, he came back down. Did he be like, no, it was totally curved? Or is he like, I proved it?
I only made it 2,000 feet in the air, so I'm going to feel it in the morning was the only quote they got from him.
The almost obituaries.
You know what would have gotten him higher? You know what would have actually got him up to like a level where he could have seen the curvature of the Earth? Science would have done that.
Plane ticket. But
Steam-powered rocket, not going to fly.
All right,
Literally.
news, not news. How do you feel about
I'm going to
this?
say I don't want this in my magazine. We're trying to create like a dirty thing. So this isn't dirty enough for
It's
me.
not dirty enough. I like
see.
it. Okay. Well, fair enough.
I see.
They have a theme. I respect them for having a theme.
we have a vision.
After stolen truck crashed into Kentucky Lake, man found hiding naked in helicopter.
Yes.
And
That's that man is in studio right now. His name is Stefan.
I knew it.
cover story.
Yeah. This is like a mashup episode of Dukes of Hazzard and CSI. I'm just saying. A Kentucky man, oddly enough, not from Florida, right? Drove a stolen pickup truck into a lake as seen by a witness. The witness attempted to help the thief out of the water, but he fled on foot to a nearby aviation park, which seems, this is a good getaway plan so far, right? You've already stolen a truck. Why not steal an airplane, right? I mean, you're already in it, right?
All the way.
Police arrive and search
first
for the
of all.
man. They find his wet clothing in a trash can, and then they follow his trail of wet footprints to a helicopter. Instead of stealing the helicopter, he hid in the tail of the copter and had to be removed by force. So why did all this happen? Any guesses?
Meth.
Yes, it was meth.
Yes, winner.
Of course it was meth. Mr. Travis Smiley, seriously his name,
Wonder
Yeah.
how his teeth are.
confessed to using meth a week earlier, but also did not confess to stopping taking meth that entire week. Because I'm guessing he was still under the influence of said meth.
What's that one guy said? I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Yeah, exactly. They found Smiley on. Someone else. He says someone else was in the truck with him. No other person was found. So I assume that was an imaginary friend.
Yes.
Yeah. So the fun doesn't start there for Mr. Smiley. Apparently, Houdini here is a complete jackass, and he decided to use the restroom at the hospital where he's been treated for possible hypothermia for being naked in a helicopter while wet. Deputies heard a loud crash from inside the locked restroom and investigated. They found Smiley on the floor along with a ceiling tile and the paper towel dispenser. He was charged with escape, criminal mischief, burglary, resisting arrest, evidence tampering, receiving stolen property under $10,000. So it wasn't a very nice truck, just for the record.
At least he didn't steal the helicopter.
Yeah. Operating a motor vehicle under the influence of drugs or alcohol and wanton endangerment. His bond has been set to $10,000. So,
where was this?
I like
this was
stories.
in
Kentucky.
Kentucky. It's
Kentucky.
like you're not listening.
So it's like he got hypothermia in Kentucky.
Yeah, well, he was
It gets cold.
naked in a
sometimes.
helicopter.
I like having a meth section.
I feel like this would have happened in Florida.
Yeah, for the record, this involves nudity and meth. I feel like
Yeah,
if
this is definitely
this is
in.
fair.
Definitely.
Yes!
Definitely in.
All right, Victor. We're going on to the lightning round. So this one,
Ooh.
we're just going to give you some headlines.
Yes.
If you have questions, you can ask, but we're not going to pitch it. We're just going to rapid fire 4 more stories to you. You say yes or no. But again, if you do need some more information, feel free to hit us up. So Victor, what do you got first?
Get a vasectomy to get off work to watch basketball. March Madness.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I have Amazon shocked over the massive box used to mail small item.
No.
Nah, I don't even know
not
what
dirty.
you said.
It's not
I
dirty.
don't even know what you said.
I said an Amazon shopper is shocked over the massive box used to ship a small item.
I'm kind of curious what the small item is. But
Yeah, what is
no.
the item?
It was a microphone stand, and they used a box that fit her in it. She's 5'1".
That's not a very big
If
box.
it was
Yeah.
something dirty in the box, then maybe. But
A microphone stand.
it could be used as a dirty thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's
If
what
you're
I do
brave
with my
enough.
microphones. so-
Any toy can be an adult toy. Location, location, location.
Yes, Victor. But I'm going to say no to that one.
No. All right, Victor.
Let's see. Ex-MLB pitcher who fractured hand punching naked man on LSD gets millions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nudity.
All right. Last but not least, Japan's slowest roller coaster derails. Passengers don't notice.
That's kind of cool, though.
I'm curious to see. Yeah. So yeah.
You want
know-
to know? You just went up my nose.
You want to know more?
Yes, tell us more.
I have a little bit on it. It's not that noteworthy, but a woman in her 30s and her 6-year-old son who were riding the ride, she says she explained, the coaster was moving so slowly, I didn't notice it had stopped. However, things got scary when the park staff began trying to push the train and hitting it with hammers, all while not explaining what had happened to the riders.
Oh my God.
So they just
No big
started-
deal.
It's like they're just attacking it, and the riders are like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, I'm on this thing still. Come on.
Yeah,
Is this part of the ride?
yeah, right.
Like,
Is this a Survivor game? What is happening right now? Is this Fortnite? So,
I'm going to say yes to that one.
all right.
Because it's just so weird.
yeah, it's odd enough.
I was really happy with that one.
Cool.
It was the best anti-news thing I could find.
Slowest roller coaster.
I know. So that finishes up. We've got 3-2. I just edged out a win on Victor here. I'm a
Fine.
lead reporter for this particular publication. So now that we know what the theme was for it, do you guys have a name for your new publication?
I have an idea.
You have one? I
Yeah.
so you go first.
Okay.
The dirty truth.
Ooh, that's good.
The naked truth.
I like
You're
that
not
one.
supposed to name it. It's theirs.
I know, right?
My
I mean,
bad.
I would just call it Filth. Filth
Oh,
magazine.
that's a good one.
Phil, that's all right. I
The
like
filth rag.
Ooh, that's too dirty.
that. I was
Oh,
gonna-
that's the line. Oh, we're finding out. Oh, no problem. Fuck a clam all you want. But if it's a filth rag, ew.
Ooh.
spit
What were you gonna say, Stefan?
I was gonna say extreme sports, but the extreme with like a couple X's.
XX
Yeah,
extreme
extreme sports.
That sounds like a fun website.
So it's triple X stream
Yes, exactly.
sports. Okay. Excellent. All right, I think we're gonna sell millions of copies of this. How do you feel, Victor?
Filth. I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I'd buy millions of copies.
You make it. All right, so that ends the weather report. I think that was really successful.
Yeah. I love that magazine. I'm going to check it out.
Not to toot your own horn or anything.
How do you guys feel after this brand new soiree into a job that you've never had before? Do you?
I feel good. I feel warm inside.
Yeah.
I feel like
successful.
If the band fails, we have somewhere to go.
You can fall back on it. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's not even a fallback. It's just it's what we're doing.
Do it side by side.
Plan right there.
We might give the band up actually now.
Yeah.
This seems a lot better.
All right. Well, the band that you would be giving up is called the Gin Rickies, and for those that are not privy to it, there's a little bit of a name thing here because there's a drink called the Gin Rickies.
Delicious.
But that's spelled Rickeys.
Yes.
You guys aren't named that.
No, because our keyboardist did all the E, so there was none left to put in the name. So remove that. It's gone.
Do you know a Ricky? Because you named it. It's like
do.
the name Ricky. It's Rickeys.
The bass player. Our bass player's name is Ricardo.
Ricardo. So this was named after Ricardo? Or
it was no. But it was a funny coincidence. Yes, exactly.
All right. And so do you guys drink Gin Rickies? Is that a thing? Have you?
Oh, always.
I like them, yeah. They're pretty good.
It's my drink of choice.
Are they sour? I feel like I know that like a soda. There's a soda called a Ricky that is like lime juice and it's like a sour handcrafted soda. It used to be at like the old soda shops with like soda jerks and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know if the Gin
dirty.
Ricky.
It's kind of exactly like a gin and tonic, except for tonic water they use soda water.
Oh, okay. So you can still get malaria, is what you're saying.
Of course.
Exactly.
That's what we're all about here.
Everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah, because tonic helps you not get malaria. Isn't that what it is?
I can't say it.
Quinine,
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah. It's one of the ingredients in tonic. The only reason to drink it. So, excellent. So, first and foremost, you guys are playing Saturday, April 7th at Couchoir Brewing in Williamsport, Maryland.
Yep.
We have a track from you guys. We're just going to do a little snippet of it, but it's called The Town That Swings.
Yes, sir.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Of course.
Where does that come from?
So, we're based out of Frederick, Maryland. That's where we all met.
Okay. I'll be moving there pretty soon.
It's a good town.
Oh, wow.
It's cool.
There you go.
It's all right.
We'll get a drink together.
Hang out.
Swings
A Gin
that.
Ricky.
If you miss my beard, you can go hang out with Stefan's beard.
Yes.
There we go. I miss your beard all the time.
But I wrote this song about Frederick, town that swings. It's a cute little town, but everyone is it's a very tight-knit little community, and people have their ways. They party a lot, and you kind of get sucked into that little scene there. So that's kind of what I wrote the song about.
It has a surprising number of like little music venues too, especially for a town that's fairly far out from the metro. Like it's more less suburbia, a little bit more rural, but
it's its own little island. In the
it is.
It kind of
exactly.
is. Yeah.
But it has a great
completely
music scene,
different.
though.
Yeah, it has its own little kind of culture and budding music scene. So I think that's really cool. So this is about Frederick, Maryland.
About Frederick, Maryland, yes, sir.
Very cool. And how would you guys describe your music? We're going to hear it in just a moment, but is this song emblematic of what you usually do, or is this kind of outlier, or what do you call yourselves?
I would say mainly we're a blues and swing band.
Blues and swing,
This song is definitely a swing tune. We're very old-timey, so I mean a lot of the stuff that we write tends to air on the kind of 40s, 50s, blues, swing.
That's very cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean we do a lot of blues stuff, but we love the swing tunes, that old jazz. So.
There's not a lot of swing bands out there. Like that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that and like ragtime and things like you just don't hear that anymore. But there's been a resurgence of that.
There has been, yeah.
I think the one that kind of started making it real popular was the what is it, Jukebox something. What was the name of they did like a bunch of covers, but they did them on all like jazz swing stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The Jukebox something, but
think
exactly.
like Harry Connick Jr., Brian Setzer, sometimes like that. What's the girl who did a bunch of old covers? Was it Sarah Vaughan?
I can't remember her name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't remember.
We'll look up the Jukebox band name at some point, but they're very cool as well.
Yeah.
So
is
you
it the
guys
postmodern jukebox?
Yes.
Postmodern jukebox.
Yes.
Yeah, postmodern jukebox. they had started that a few years back, and now we're starting to see a little of that coming around, which I think is really fun.
The girl you're talking about does a lot of with the jukebox group.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember her name.
YouTube videos. It's Reinhardt, something Reinhardt.
I don't know.
Judge Reinhardt.
Is that her name?
Who?
No, that's the guy from Night
No, I know
Court.
you're talking about.
Badass first name though, Judge.
Judge.
Yeah. All right, so
Arrested Development, is that what that's from?
yeah, it's something like that. So let's take a listen to this. This is again The Town That Swings. It's from a live EP. So this is a live track, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's from the EP is called the same thing, right? And people could get this EP up at theginrickies.com. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's take a listen.
All right.
If I work out, I can play bass just like that.
You first have to have a bass.
Solid.
That's me.
That's nice. That's good. I like it. Stefan, what are you doing here?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
No, I'm playing guitar,
Okay. all
rhythm
right.
and lead.
I turned the lights on and on.
I was also recording it. I do like what you're doing right now.
Nice.
So you
the
pushed the
corner.
big red button.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you walked away.
That's great. I mean, it's got a great kind of soul to it that I really enjoy.
Awesome. Thank
Do
you.
you guys? Do you actually do you find that people like bring swing dancing into your shows? Does that happen like
Kind of without
live?
even asking.
Yeah?
Just
That's
Yeah.
cool.
You can't resist it, not with
It's
that
exactly-
bass line.
I mean, there's a lot of shit that goes on when it comes to like swing dancing because people are flipping around and going through legs and stuff, and you're like, you should calm down.
I wish they were going through some legs.
Right.
I'm just
Punching
saying.
people in the face, hiding their alcohol, declaring war on Europe,
Right.
you know.
Just be careful because if you let go of her, she might fall off the side of the earth, and then
We'll have to build a steam rocket just to get her back.
that's awesome. So you guys, obviously, you're playing Kushba Brewing in Williamsport, Maryland. That's Saturday, April 7th. You then are going on tour. Can you give me kind of quick rundown of like a handful of places you're going to be hitting up? Obviously, National Harbor. That's
yeah,
going to
we're
happen.
kicking off at the National Harbor at the Felt Lounge inside there.
That's
we're-
April 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
I
have
see
a
you
couple-
taking selfies over
we have
there.
a couple breweries that we're hitting up
Always.
along the way, but then we're doing the Blue Plate Special in Knoxville,
Okay.
as well as the Preservation Pub. It's a pretty cool place. And when we
Nice.
get back, we're doing Earth Day in Shepherdstown,
Fun.
West
Great
Virginia.
town.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that is my town.
Love that town. That's kind of where I'm at. I drove down here from Martinsburg today, so
Nice.
I'm 20
Okay.
minutes.
Did you
outside
stop
of
by
Shepherdstown.
Maria's and
You
get to
went to-
Huevos Rancheros?
I think you went to college out there, right? Did you go to college out there?
I
Cool little
did, I
place.
did.
Domestic
Lame.
and those cool bars. They're a nice little area. But we'll be at Shepherdstown Earth Day that day, and that night when we get home, we're double headering that day. We're in Greencastle, Pennsylvania at B Street Lounge.
Nice.
101, real cool little venue.
Cool. So you'll be all over the place.
Yeah, down
Always.
Knoxville's the farthest destination for this group, or this tour. But yeah,
That's great. So we'll try and let everybody know about those dates as they come on. So
Thank you,
check
yeah.
our Twitter and our Facebook so that you can watch these lovely people as they tour through our, I guess that's Mid-Atlantic area. Does that seem right?
Smoky Mountain,
Yeah, Smoky Mountain area. That seems reasonable.
Asheville. Yeah. I'll
So
shut up.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for bringing some music and doing what you do. I'm going to put you in another awkward situation here.
Love it.
Sweet.
Yeah, because this is what we do in our show.
Filthy.
Yeah, we just make everything awkward.
Yes.
That's like my dates. So this is a song. This is not a song. This is a segment we like to call Please God, Just Get One Right. So what we've done is the guest that came before you had to go through the same hell. And then at the end of that, they took out that emotion on you by selecting a category for you to go through as well. The good news, the bad news is you're probably not going to get many of these right. The good news is that at the end of this, you get to enact your revenge on our next guests by picking their category. So are you guys ready?
Always.
Ready for your category? Just think about this.
Woosah.
Today's category is Charlton Heston.
Who?
Yeah.
What? Are you
It's going to
serious?
be good. This is going to be so good. All
Am I
right,
allowed to use my smartphone? Sorry.
No, you cannot Google things. It's okay. You're going to fail at this, and that's perfectly fine.
But please just get one right.
One. And if you do get a prize out of our Uncle Archie's box of fun, which you can open up here live.
Like uncles and fun.
That's true. And
now it's weird.
That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. Charlton Heston was actually his stage name. He's a famous actor. Charlton was actually his middle name, and Heston was his stepfather's last name. What was Charlton Heston's birth name?
I don't know if I can. Wait, can you give us what era was this actor?
Charleston.
Boy.
Charleston. I like it. You can go as crazy as you want with these answers.
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell us what time frame he was popular in?
30s,
what time was he popular in? I guess the 60s. I feel like it's in the 60s that he hit his stride. 60s, 70s. That's what I'd say.
I'm gonna say James or Michael.
Not bad. Not bad. Neither of those are right. Would you be willing to, how about you try and just guess his middle name? Can you guess his middle name? Anyone?
Will? I don't know. William?
William.
Yeah. So in the question, I said Charlton was actually his middle name.
Oh,
so
I'm so stupid. I'm sorry.
I was so confused by that. I was like, he just said his middle name, though. We're talking about someone else now. I missed something.
You got owned on that one. John Charlton Carter is his actual name.
That's cute.
What do you got for us, Victor?
Wait, Keith. You said you're awkward on dates. When's the last time you were on a date?
It's been a long time because of the awkwardness.
Oh my gosh! Don't get all Aaron Lewis on me.
Oh my god!
All right.
So,
fun fact: Charlton Heston is not Hugh Hefner, who is the person I had in mind when the last guest picked the subject. I was like, oh, Playboy, cool. No, completely wrong person.
So you got the questions wrong. Is that what you're saying?
No, I got all the right questions, but when I looked it up, I was like, this guy didn't do it all what I thought he did. It was way more important.
This guy's not nearly as cool.
Here we go. Charlton Heston served in which military branch in World War II?
Navy.
Navy.
That's what I was thinking, so I'm going to disagree. Yeah, I'm going to agree.
All right.
Navy.
What do we have?
Air Force.
Oh, no.
That was close. That was a military branch. So nicely done. Charlton Heston served as the president of the NRA. See how topical this is? I'm just saying. Of the NRA for how many years?
8 years.
Oh my god, that was awesome! I literally held it up. Yeah, 8 years.
Lit.
You guys both went on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Telepathic connection.
Extreme sports.
5 years, unfortunately, I believe, which is actually maybe one of the terms for a president of the NRA. I didn't look that up, but I feel like that's the case. He finished.
It
out
is
his
now.
term. Yeah. So not yet, not yet. You still have a chance. There's still a few left. Couple left here. So Victor.
From 1966 to 1971, Charlton Heston was president of the
NRA. No, wait.
In a related note, he was later the chairman of the American Film Institute from 1973 to 1983.
Can you repeat the question?
From 1966 to 1971, he was the president of the
NRA.
Nope.
That's a 5-year period.
Oh,
come on.
He did other things in his life.
Lame. I don't fucking know, man. This is hard.
Bueller?
American Movie Association.
I got to guess. The Academy of Recording Arts.
Nope. Screen Actors Guild. SAG.
I was also wrong.
We were in the right. We were in the right field, though. I think.
Yeah. No, it was good.
I don't know if mine was real, but it sounded like a real thing when I said it.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'm particularly fond of this question. Known for ending NRA conventions by stating, "I'll give you my gun when you pry it from my cold, dead hands." Mm-hmm. How many guns from his collection was Charlton Heston buried with?
All of them.
Do you want to estimate?
Oh, how many?
Just a number, yeah.
I just thought it was known.
8.
Do you have a different one? You're going with 8?
Thousands.
1,000?
Are you trying to give us a hint, sir?
No, the answer is none. Ironically,
he was cheating though.
Ironically, it's
and you
against,
still lost.
I know.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
I gave you the middle name and you didn't know it, so this is not going well for you.
No.
Ironically, it was against state laws to be buried with a firearm. So
Lame.
Zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse would be terrifying.
So he was
Oh my God,
in the
you'd be the
NRA
worst
fighting
zombie.
for guns rights, and he could not be buried with a firearm because it was against gun rights. So, haha, sucker.
Solid.
All right, do you have a last one, or
Yes,
did you go
Charlton
first?
Heston portrayed what artist in the film The Agony and the Ecstasy?
Ooh.
Agony and the X.
Sounds
Hint.
like a Wednesday night.
Hint.
Yeah.
He was a hero in a half shell.
A hero in a half shell?
Oh.
Turtle
Clam
power.
plucker?
Splinter. Master Splinter.
It's the only one not in a half shell, you idiot. He's the only one not named after an artist.
Michelangelo. Yeah.
And not in a
Leonardo, Michelangelo.
All right, well, pick one. You can't say them all. Pick
You
one.
pick. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say Michelangelo.
Okay.
Say anything but Michelangelo.
Raphael.
It is Michelangelo. You got it.
We got one.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Prize.
Oh, you almost hit me.
All right. That took a lot of hinting. So
I just
Master
wanted to
Splinter.
get one right.
quick factoid, what is Michelangelo's first name?
Isn't it Leonardo?
No.
No?
No, I don't remember.
Michelangelo.
What?
That's his first name.
Why are you trying to trick us?
I'm
like
very
Madonna.
gullible.
Yeah.
And I like to be gullible. So
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Madonna.
What was
Shakira. They only have
Leonardo's
one name.
first name?
Leonardo.
Yeah. Da Vinci.
I'm catching
Leonardo
on to
da
you. I'm
Vinci.
catching on to you now.
Well, Da Vinci is like from Vinci, so.
Yeah.
Of
Anyhow,
Vinci.
a couple of them that you didn't get because you did win one. I had, what role did Charlton Heston portray in the blockbuster movie The Ten Commandments? Any guesses?
The Da Vinci Code.
No, Moses. He played Moses. Also, this is my favorite Heston fact for people. Heston was hired by the FBI during the standoff with Branch Davidians in Waco, Texas. Though the plan was never used, what were they going to have him do? Any guesses? So Charlton Heston was known for his very deep, booming voice. They wanted him to reason with David Koresh as the voice of God. He was going to be like, David, I'm going to need you to stop doing what you're doing. It's really fucked up. And take your dick out of that clam. All right, so you guys did get one right.
And we got a prize.
Although, just like most weeks, you got it because Victor made you cheat. So,
Thanks, Victor.
He has that effect.
there
on
we go.
people,
So pick
I
a
feel.
prize from the box of
Oh,
fun.
baby. Oh, baby.
There you go. Anything you want there. Yeah.
Oh, they're all.
There
They're
you go.
different. Yeah. Those are different. Open that up. Let us know what
Is
you
it a
got.
butt plug?
It might be if you're brave
Small.
enough. All right. So something you need to think about while you're opening this, you're going to need to come up with next week's category. What do you want to inflict? Next week we have the Gin Rickies. Or no, the Gin Rickies are this week.
This
We have Rickshaw Lizard coming in, who basically
Lizard.
have your name. So you're probably pretty pissed off about
A little
that.
bit.
What,
No, I'm
what would you like to inflict upon them?
Fortnite because I know nothing about it.
Fortnite?
Yep.
I don't know. That's on you.
Do you have a different option? What would you stick them with? Oh, silence is such great radio.
Silence.
This is the best radio.
Sorry about it. Okay.
Just
How
you-
about World War One?
Like you don't know how to blurt things out. Come on, you're not fooling me.
Who do you think I am?
A blurting person who yells things.
A blurter.
Yes.
That's me.
All right,
World
so
War One.
We have World War One or Fortnite. Which do you guys want to settle on?
Let's do Fortnite. I don't give a fuck.
I
Fortnite.
think it's more,
It's more, yeah.
current.
All right.
And by the way, our prize is a blue ninja.
A ninja butt plug, I believe is what
Oh
that
yes,
is.
yes, of course.
Way
ninja
too-
blood plug.
Way too small for a butt plug.
Not you're starting. You got to start somewhere, right?
It's a
Somewhere.
starter butt
right.
plug. Yeah.
It's right.
It's not where I started.
It goes
but-
in. It goes in silently. You barely even notice it, right?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
In the night, it just slides in there.
It gets bigger as it gets wet.
Ew! It's one of those growing dinosaurs you put in the bowl of water and they grow.
And then throw it away. Oh God, that's what engorged it. So, all right. So you did get
Maybe
one
it's an
right.
allergy.
Excellent. Thanks.
Yay!
Good
We're mediocre.
That's fantastic. That's really good. And so next week, stay tuned as Rickshaw Lizard gets subjected to I guess trivia about Fortnite. I'll have to figure out what we're gonna say about Fortnite. It's not
question 1. What the fuck is Fortnite?
yeah. All right. When is it played? Is it at night? Yes.
In a fort?
Yeah. 12 nights from now. So what? That's dead. I'm dead on. It's a fortnight.
I thought that was 2 weeks.
Is it?
It's 14.
Is it 14?
That's what I thought.
I'm an idiot.
Wrong.
That's probably true.
I thought it was.
You got another one right.
Hey.
All right.
How long is a fortnight?
Yes. That's going to be a question. You know it. I'm using that as a question. All right. So back to people who have been together for at least 2 weeks or a fortnight. The Gin Rickies. So we have Stefan and Ariana.
Yes.
That's right. Good.
You guys are playing Saturday, April.
Kushwa.
Ariana will be at Kushwa. Ariana and Stefan at Kushwa Brewing Company. Saturday, April 7th. That's in Williamsport, Maryland. Go check them out. We earlier heard a song called The Town That Swings from their live EP of the same name. If you are very impatient, you could wait 9 minutes and hear this song, or you can fast forward right now and go listen to the whole thing if you want. If you want to hear more music, you want to buy that EP, or you want to find out about the tour that's coming up, go to www.theginrickies.com. Remember, without the E, RICKYS, and go check them out. We're going to do a couple of stories from you. One that is near, and another that happens to be far. Yeah. That's what it's all about. So near, something close to home. Far is obviously out in your adventures, which you've done plenty of, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
So where would you guys like to start? Near or far?
Is yours funny?
No.
Kind of funny?
No.
Okay.
Oh, good. It's depressing and it's
we
boring.
got some funny stories. I don't know if it'd be like very appropriate to talk about, you know?
I feel like you haven't listened to the show.
Like, do you remember the time you shit your pants on tour?
I do, yes.
And then clogged a toilet.
Oh, no.
That was that headline was
He didn't make it to the toilet.
That's fantastic. Did you, out of shame, did you just hide in a helicopter?
I just... No.
Take all your clothes off.
It's so cold.
Yes.
It's freezing.
When we asked you for these stories, these didn't come up.
I know.
Well, I wasn't ready to drop that one.
Well, we could talk. We'll talk about far stories. We could talk about Don's night terrors. Our keyboardist.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
It's not. It's terrible.
He just wakes up in the middle of the night screaming. It's just funny.
Just screaming.
He'll be rolling around, just saying, "No,
not a thing.
Nope, stop it. Nope." Not a thing.
He's having a dream about people hitting his roller coaster with hammers.
Yes.
That's probably what's happening.
Seems like it.
His night terrors are funny.
You said that your
Night terrors are funny. That's the name of the episode right there.
You're afraid for your life. You think you're dying. Oh, that's hilarious.
I could wake you up, but I'm not gonna.
But you know, if you cuddle him throughout the night, then he won't scream.
Not if I do it.
Not if you cover his mouth, right?
Definitely.
If you smother him, then he won't scream.
Right. Using that ninja on him. So your far story you said is about an organ, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
And I assume that's not the organ that you put the ninja in.
No.
or one you put in a clam.
Right.
Clam fucker!
That's the name of the ninja.
That's the new superhero name.
Yeah.
Clam fucker. Yeah.
Ninja clam fucker. All right.
Go ahead.
So what happened? What happened to this organ?
It was just really weird timing. It was one of those moments where just the world kind of came together at once. Our keyboard player, we were driving to Greenville, South Carolina, and our keyboard player, super smart guy.
So it's like in the tour van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a van driving, and he's talking about organ sounds and going off and nerding out on organs. And he talks about Greg Allman's organ. And so that's where we left off. We pull up to our gig, and we get in there, and there's a guy playing. The guy who ends up playing starts talking to us in between. He's like, I got this studio next door. You want to check it out?
Yeah.
Sure. It ended up being Capricorn Records old studio who
Really?
recorded Allman Brothers and current artists like Edwin McCain.
Yeah. Okay.
Badass.
So we're standing there, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, that's Greg Allman's organ." And I'm like, "Hold on, 20 fucking minutes ago,
It's in that
It's just like
clan.
it was just like the music gods were like,
Guys,
it was tight. The
did you
music-
just like all hold hands around it?
yeah,
and
just
Yes.
hummed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was just a nostalgic moment, and just it felt really rock starish. Yes.
Greg Allman. So that's really cool. Yeah. You know, it's funny. You don't get a lot of opportunities necessarily to like come in contact with things that are famous like that, you know, like because they're sort of in museums and they're hoarded by people in collections and stuff. Last week, Justin Shapiro told us that he went over. Who was it? Whose house was he at? It was somebody. A ranch.
I never learned to read. I'm sorry.
And it was. That
was a fortnight ago.
It was. Yeah, he was a pretty famous singer songwriter, and he had a bunch of like memorabilia and collectibles from Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
really interesting to see somebody who's famous have stuff from somebody else famous because they're just people too, right? Like they have people that they're really excited about. So that's really cool. While you've been touring in your tour van, has anything ever fallen off your tour van? That's the question I have.
Not yet.
No, I think the guitar felt. We had the guitar propped up against the bass, and I took a corner, and I think it whacked on pretty good.
Oh,
Eh,
no.
He deserved it though. It's okay.
Yeah, he was having an attitude that
We
day.
were driving on the highway
guitar.
once, and our van was making this horrible noise. We pulled over and called a mechanic friend. We're like, we don't know. It's this thing. It looks terrible. It sounds horrible. And he's like, it's like a smog pump. It's not a big deal. I'm like, what is it? Like, do we need to be worried or we can get stranded? He's like, nah, keep going. We'll look at it when you get back. And we're like, okay, cool. We did our gig. On the way back, it's still just going and making terrible noise. And we're like, oh my God, this is going to. So, and then like on 95, we hear, ding, 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 ding. And it's just quiet, right? And
Drive
we were
shaft.
like, and I'm driving. So I'm like, the brakes work. Okay. Steering works. We're good, everybody. It's fine.
Good.
So we pulled off at the next like exit, and where the smog pump was, there's just you could see straight through to the highway, right? Like just to the ground. And we're like, I guess that wasn't needed.
Oh my god.
So how about Near? You say you guys have a story about a shower.
It's not as exciting as you think it would be. I'm just gonna tell the story of how
Is it after
filthy?
he shat himself?
Yes.
Is it,
No.
is it the follow up?
We all took
that?
a group shower.
Yeah.
You know, on tour, we all get one big king size bed and we all sleep together.
Yeah.
Me and my
That's
four
cute.
band brothers.
Nothing wrong with that. That's totally modern.
Anyway.
Just don't make it weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We always make it weird at the Kinrickies.
I mean, you are swingers, so
Yes.
Ooh,
technically.
swing and sway, baby.
Oh, there you go. Finally, somebody.
I was just going to tell the story of how we all came together. We've only been together about a year and some change.
Okay, so still pretty new.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. But we all started out, me, Don, our keyboardist, kind
Okay.
of like found me. He was dating one of my friends, who was my roommate's friend. And we were all chilling in the house. First of all, when I first met Don, I hated him. That's all I had
Because
heard.
he's a keyboard player.
Yes,
Fuck
all
keyboard
he
players,
dressed
right?
like a freaking hippie. He smelled
Smelled like a
weird,
hippie,
Yeah,
and you know,
and he's listening.
I just heard some dirty stories from my girlfriend, and I was
Sure.
like, I hate him.
Yeah.
So I did not like him at all. But one time I was in the shower at my house, singing in the shower as us females do.
Yeah.
And yeah, he basically was like kind of spying on me and heard me sing in the, in the shower.
This got creepy.
Spying
Little
is
bit.
not the
No.
right word, I think.
Yeah, wanking it.
Masturbating.
That's what he
Yes.
was doing.
Oh no!
Yeah. I want to be in a band with her.
Ew, exactly. But no, he heard me singing in the shower, and he was like, "Yo, that is so dope. You're
Yeah.
great."
And so now you're part of the
and now,
show.
yeah, he was like, "We got to start a project," and that's what happened.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're out of time, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, great time. Thank you for
Excellent.
having me.
Well, we did
Fabulous
too.
time.
So coming up this week, Thursday, April 5th, Fuzz Queen is at DC 9 in Washington, D.C. Box Here is at Metropolitan Kitchen in Annapolis, Maryland. Friday, April 6th. Buzz Queen is at Jam and Java in Vienna. They're playing everywhere. Backbeat Underground at Rock and Roll Hotel in Washington, D.C. Mary Jo Mateo with Two Dragons and a Cheetah playing at Red Panda House in Washington, D.C. Saturday, April 7th, the Gin Rickies at Couchoir Brewing Company in Williamsport, Maryland. Go check them out. Please like our posts, follow us, retweet us, and share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We can't do this without you. Do not forget to review us on Facebook, iTunes, and Google Play. Thanks to everyone for their contributions. Thanks most of all to the Gin Rickies for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another wasted hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
Keith, I just got 101 friends.
Just remember one thing, you better watch your back in the town that swings. Rest easy, love, now if you find it's tough to move, 'cause we all find a groove in the town that swings. Look upon these faces and try to find some traces of what they used to be, but there's nothing left to see. This town will break you. Shake you, how to shake you. So listen, Jack, just remember one thing, you better watch your back in the town that swings. Shake you, how to shake you. So listen, Jack, just remember one thing, you better watch your back in the town that swings. Watch your back in